Hi everyone. It's been for a long time, I know. I have no excuse. I think really the real reason is that I have to put makeup on before I come on camera. I look terrible without makeup, and I also bought this new vlogging thing and it's actually been a nightmare. I'm just going to try and straighten it out a bit. Don't know why I wasted my money, but it was so expensive. Anyway, I'm going to read about a farm attack that I attended to. It was in fact the very first one that I ever attended, and the way I conducted this farm attack was way different to the way I conduct them now. Now I'm a little bit luciferish when I go to a farm attack, and I take no nonsense whatsoever. So here I'm still a bit soft. Anyway, this is called Chapter 9, The Brushcutter and the Pig's Foot. Strangely enough, the first farm attack to which I attended came from a referral through an existing client. The farmer's wife, Elsie, phoned me at about 7 p.m. on a Friday night and apologized profusely for the intrusion. I, of course, reassured her that she was not intruding in the very least. By that stage, I had become aware that when people phone me outside of office hours, it is because a serious incident has occurred and that there's a lot of anxiety attached to that incident. Elsie explained to me that her dogs, who, as all dogs should, sleep inside, had been growling and had been hypervigilant for the past 2 nights. On the day that she called me, her housekeeper had closed the curtains at 3 p.m. Firstly, her housekeeper never actually closed the curtains, nor did Elsie or anyone else in the family, because they live on a farm. Who's going to see them? Farmers, if you are watching this, close your curtains. They must be block-out curtains, not a gap that anybody can see through. Elsie felt that her housekeeper had closed the curtains because she somehow knew that the house was being watched. As Elsie said to me, there was no doubt in her mind that there were unknown people on the farm at night and that an attack was planned. I was still a novice at that stage, and hearing the fear in her voice, I asked if there were any members of staff who had any issue with wages, or if any tea time or lunchtime had been disturbed or cut short. This is one of the reasons why farm attacks happen. It's to do with dignity. So in the years that I've been doing farm attacks, it's also racial, or could even be gang initiation, and guns, money and jewelry are the main things that they look for. I would never ask this question now, as I mostly discover for myself what has motivated a particular farm attack. When I receive a call now from a worried farmer, I simply set up a time and a date for the appointment, and once I have conducted all the tests and have gained the trust of the farmer, do I mention the fact that wages must be set in stone, and to have respect for the workers on their work breaks, which is work breaks meaning the lunch breaks and their tea breaks. In most cases, farm attacks are linked to a wage issue between the farmer and his workers. As I've mentioned, this has changed. Farm attacks are now motivated as what I previously mentioned. Elsie seemed very surprised at my question and replied that all the workers were paid what they were due timelessly. Work breaks were not ever interrupted. I arrived at the farm, situated about an hour from Pretoria, half an hour early, but as I was to learn, farmers get up with the sun. After some delicious sweet potato cake, I was briefed by Elsie, her husband, and her 2 adult sons. All were convinced that something was about to happen. As I worked farm attacks in the forthcoming years, I would frequently hear how animals behaved strangely prior to an incident occurring. Dogs growling or barking at seemingly nothing, cats that had never entered the house suddenly spending most of their time indoors, and even the horses acting as if they were being spooked. Recently, one of their dogs had been pacing restlessly throughout the evening, and this was most unusual behavior for that particular dog. We spoke out of earshot of the housekeeper, Maggie. She was adored and trusted implicitly by her employers. They had paid her children's schooling and had also been making monthly payments into a pension fund for her. Maggie had not ever indicated any unhappiness with her working conditions, and they felt that she had given them a message by closing